Guys, welcome back to GILLYBIKES. Now, you'll see there's no bike involved today. I'm actually out in the car.
My Mokka E. Yes, it does need a bit of a clean, I'll give you that. But I'll take it for clean with it.
Every now and then I do an electric car thing. So if you guys are just here for the bikes, then this might not be the video for you. But if you just want to kill 10 minutes, then stay around. It's the future after all. We can all try and fight it. I'll try and fight it. Not ready for the electric bike yet. What I'm going to do today is just go over the car that I bought. Now, for those that have watched the previous electric car videos that I've done, the one I decided on was this, which is the Vauxhall Mokka E. Now, I've had this car for about 6 months now, so it's just a bit of an update for you. Issues I've had, things I like, things I don't. If you go out and buy a car that says it will do 200 miles and you're doing a lot of motorway miles, then you're not going to get anywhere near that. You can knock a third off with some cars. I can tell you now, this one in particular, in the time that I've had it and the times I've used it for motorway driving, if I do 30-mile journey, I would expect about 55 to 60 miles to come off my range. So it does absolutely batter it if you're planning a journey that is 150 miles away because you think, oh, I've got a 200-mile range. But unfortunately, you really haven't. In reality, so you're going to lose miles just off going on the motorway and picking the speed up. So you've got to take that into account. Certainly with this car. I really do like the quality of the reverse camera that we've got in here. So you can see there, it's really, really clear. Another thing I'd like to point out is just here. There's 60 miles an hour. Now, this road that I'm on, it's not 60 mile an hour. It is a 30 mile an hour road. It's one thing that frustrates the hell out of me, because when you are driving this car and you're on a particular road and you're unfamiliar with the area, you kind of look at that because it's telling you what the speed limit is. And I can confirm the speed limit here is not 60 mile an hour. I know that because I know these roads quite well. But if you didn't know these roads quite well, you'd have some explaining to do if you got pulled over or you got done for speeding. Here is not big enough for mobile phones. Certainly not the bigger mobile phones. I've only got an iPhone mini at the minute, and my iPhone mini will half stick out of the gap that's under there, so that's not brilliant. Putting it here is all right, but it's a cup holder, so you don't want it in your cup holder. Your mobile phone for me should have a place. So I've got my Quadlock mounts, which is just stuck on the dashboard, and that is perfect. It can be moved in seconds. You can have it stuck on the window, stuck on the dashboard, wherever you want it. It's fine because it's nice and secure, and it's quality. You can feel it. It is a good bit of kit. So I would recommend one of these all day. I think they're brilliant. I've done videos in the past where I have slated the local charging points, and I do still stand by that. There are a lot local to me in Cheshire where the charging points just don't work. They don't work, or they're not switched on, or there's only one and they're being used. So there's still a lot of work to be done as far as the charging infrastructure goes, certainly in the northwest. I got a pod point put in at home. I'll charge it overnight, come back to it in the morning, it'll be fully charged. I think if I was to work it out, it's maybe 6 or 7 hours to do a full charge on the car. I know you can get it done at these super duper chargers for in about an hour and a half, thereabouts, but there's nothing more convenient than just plugging it in when you get home. It's simple. All of the charging points are all visible on the sat nav. Now, one thing I've found with this is it shows every charging point, and a lot of them you can't actually use. So what you'll have on there is, say, Arnold Clark or Ford or whatever the garage may be, will just pop on there as being a charging point, but it's not really a public charging point. It's the business charging point, and I've seen that for a few workplaces as well, where it pops up. Now you clearly cannot just go and use one of those, so it's a bit frustrating, especially if you don't know the area and you're just clicking one of these charge points, because it just takes you to one that you can't use, and that's frustrating. On my last video, I went to the local motorway and we had a look there to see whether the charging point was working. Now that video I did was months ago, so I'm in that kind of neighbourhood now, so I'm going to drive on and see if they fixed it. 4 months on, have they fixed the electric chargers at this services? Bum, bum, bum. Let's check. Well, my God, they've actually gone and fixed them. I can't believe that. It's only took 4 months.
This has been taken over by GridServe. Now the beauty of this, we've got a nice little touchscreen, and it's a simple tap your card against that, and it even, well, we've got Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Apple Pay, Android Pay, all that, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of that. And it is charging, what have we got, 120 kilowatt charger, so that's actually really good for this area in particular. We do have Starbucks, KFC, and toilets and everything inside, so if, well, you don't have to sit in your car if you don't want to. I treated myself to a nice show. Keeps the drinks hot or cold, depending what you've got in there, and it'll do it for a couple of hours as well. My problem is this is too big for this. Nowhere near fitting. So when I put a drink in here, it's gonna fall. As I found out last time I used this cup in here, it fell. And this is no good either, because it's too wide to go in there. Doesn't help me out at all there, so I can't use that. This is more of an issue for the size of cup I've bought, but I just find it frustrating. Another issue I've got is this, but the problem you've got is you're forever cleaning it, which is why I've always got some wipes at the ready, because it annoys me the fact that every single fingerprint and every time anybody touches this creates a bit of a mark, and then what happens is you end up bloody wiping everything, because you can't just have that clean, you gotta give everything clean. So this shiny black plastic, it's not great, it's a pain in the butt. Have I made the right decision? I think so. I think I've gone to electric before most people have, and I'm not regretting it at this moment in time. I'm quite happy. Odd little things I'll have a whinge and moan about, but I could get into a brand new Range Rover and I'm sure I'd have odd little whinges about that as well. I'm just being picky. Overall, this car is brilliant. It's fun when you want it to be, and it's comfortable. It's practical. It's got a nice boot on it. It's fine for the kids getting in the back.
it's, you know, it's a good car, it's a good choice, and it's certainly going to do me for the next couple of years. I'm perfectly happy with it. If you guys have tested electric cars, if you've bought them, then good on you. You will know how good they are. If you haven't and you're curious about electric cars and you want to know more, then drop me a little comment below and I'll try to answer any questions that you may have. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, it really does help the channel grow, which is brilliant. Make sure you come back. See you later.